Good morning children, welcome back to social class. We already in which lessons we are discussing about our physical features. We already completed our first physical feature and we have discussed about northern mountains, right? So we are moving on. What is our next physical feature? Northern plains. So today we are going to discuss about the northern plains and the states which comes in the northern plains and what is the importance of the northern plains in our Indian physical features. So I already explained in the last classes in map pointing which states comes under the northern plains when I have introduced about the physical features. Do you all remember? Yes. So can anyone tell that which states comes under the northern plains and the northern plain has spreaded from where to where? Any one of you? Yes. If yes, I know we are not in the class, so just recall the class. So are you able to see the map? Yes. So first, which is the physical feature we have discussed about? Northern mountains. And what is the second physical feature? South side of the northern mountains, which physical feature we have? Northern plains. And northern plains has spreaded from the west side of India, from Punjab to east side of India. Now I am explaining the physical features of northern plains. So northern plains has spreaded from west side of the Punjab to east side of Assam. West side of Punjab to east side Assam. So it has spreaded from Punjab to Assam about 2500 kilometers. And let's see which states comes under the northern plains. Okay. Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, Assam. So one more time I am going to tell the states which comes under the northern plains. Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, Assam. These states comes under the northern plains. And where to where these all have spreaded from? West side of Punjab to east side of Assam. And how many kilometers they have spread from? 2500 kilometers from Punjab to Assam. Thus, these northern plains have spread over in our India. So, between which physical feature the northern plains has located? Between the northern mountains and the plateaus. Which physical feature has located? Between the northern mountains and the plateaus. Which physical feature we have in our India? Northern plains. And from where to where they have spread over? From west side of Punjab to east side of Assam, they have spread over approximately how many kilometers? 2500 kilometers. And these northern plains are flatlands. These are flatlands and they are blessed with good water irrigation, and here the land is good to grow crops because the soil is very fertile here. Let's see what are the reason why here in this northern plain soil is good to grow crops, or why, what are the reasons the soil is fertile here. Let's move on to the lesson. Okay children, let's recall one more time our lesson. So we are in which lesson? Northern plains. What are the points I have explained in map pointing? That northern plains are located between northern mountains and the plateaus. They have stretched from west side of Punjab to east side of Assam. And how many kilometers they have stretched? Up to 2500 kilometers from west to east. And after that they are flatlands. And here because these are flatlands, and here the land are blessed with good crops because here we have good water irrigation, and as well as the soil here is very fertile. Now we are going to discuss why the soil is fertile here. Do you know why the soil is fertile? Which states comes under the northern plains? What I have told: Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, Assam. These states comes under the northern plains. So why these states soil is good to grow crops? What are the reason behind of it? Do you know? Because of the rivers these plains are blessed with good irrigation. Yes, because of the rivers. What we casually when we are discussing about the crops, what are the main resource to grow crops? What is the main important thing which we need to grow the crops? Water and good soil also important. Yes, because of the river, these plains are blessed with the good soil. What I have told that main rivers, some rivers which flows from the northern mountains to plains. From the northern mountain means from the Himalayas, which comes from the next part of northern plains, will bring the sand, silt along with them. These will help to make the soil very fertile. How? I will tell you. So what I am explaining, these northern plains are good for the horticulture, are good for the growing crops. Why? Because what is the main resource that we need to grow crops is water. Yes. Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal and Assam, Arunachal Pradesh are having a great rivers. Why? Because north side of the plains, which physical feature we have? Northern mountains. And northern mountains are birthplaces for the many major rivers in India. Right? We already discussed. So what is the biggest and major river which flows from the northern mountains to northern plains? I have earlier told in earlier classes, the Ganga river, right? So the Ganga river which comes from the top to down, that means from the top to down means from northern mountains to next physical feature what we have here? Northern plains. That means the Ganga river flows down from Gangotri to northern plains and it flows from the Uttar Pradesh to Bihar. When we have a good water resources like a Ganga river, that place is have a chance to grow all kind of crops. That's why this Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal known as Ganga Basin, plain Ganga Basin. Why? Because when a main river flows, when a main longest river flows, many small rivers will join into the main river. That small rivers known as tributaries of the main river, and that place where the river flows, which area through the river flows, that area known as the basin. That means the Uttar Pradesh, the Haryana, the Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, these West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal areas known as Ganga Basin. Do you all understand, Anna? The main river which flows from these three states, if small rivers joins into the main river through the area, that particular area, that means the most of the area is dependent on which river? The Ganga river. That's why that particular area known as a Ganga Basin. Do you all understand? So now I have told about the middle place of the plain which comes under the Ganga Basin. So which states comes under the Ganga Basin? Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Bangladesh. So what I have told that northern plains have stretched from Punjab to Assam. So now we will talk about the west side. West side, which states we have here? Punjab and Haryana. So these two states comes under which basin, means which river basin? Here Punjab means Punjab state has 5 rivers. That's why the state known as Punjab. Jab means a river place and Punj means you already know the meaning 5. That's why the state known as Punjab. So here the main river is known as Satluj. This area basin known as Satluj Basin. Why? Because the Punjab and Haryana, these two states are dependent on the main river is what? Satluj River. And remaining all the small rivers will join into the Satluj River. That's why Punjab and Haryana, these two states are known as Satluj Basin. Do you all understand, Nana? Why Punjab and Haryana known as Satluj Basin and why Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, West Bengal known as Ganga Basin? Yes. Okay, now we have finished middle and west. Now we will discuss about the east side states which comes under which basin. The Arunachal Pradesh and Assam known as Brahmaputra Basin. Why? The Brahmaputra doesn't belong to India. I already told in earlier lesson, and it's starts from the Tibet and enter through the Arunachal Pradesh to into our India. From Arunachal Pradesh it's entered and through the Assam it will flows, and after that it will join into the Ganga, and afterward it will goes into the Bay of Bengal. So these two states are dependent on for the main water resource, for the main water purpose. Which river? The Brahmaputra river. So these two states fulfill their water sources for the which river? Brahmaputra river. That's why these areas, that means the Arunachal Pradesh area and the Assam area, known as Brahmaputra basin. That means any area depends on its for water purpose or for its agriculture or horticulture purpose. If those states are dependent on any river, that area known as that particular river's name on the basin. For example, if Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, these areas depended on which river? Ganga river. That's why we call them as Ganga basin. And the Punjab and Haryana, these two states are dependent on which river? Main river? Sutlej. That's why we call these two states as Sutlej basin. And Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, these two states areas known as which river basin? Brahmaputra river basin. So do you all understand that which states comes under which river basins? Now we will see on the board. So let's see on the board. Northern plains, which has spread from the West Punjab to East Assam, and because of some rivers, these plains are blessed with good horticulture or good agriculture, so we can have all the crops in here. And what are the reason behind to have good soil in here? Because of some main rivers, and because of those rivers, those areas are known according that rivers name as rivers basins. So what we have discussed about first, the middle basin, that means Ganga basin. So which places comes under the Ganga basin? Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal. And Sutlej basin comes under which part? Punjab, Haryana. And Brahmaputra basin, Arunachal Pradesh and Assam. What is a basin? If any river is dependent on one main river for its water purpose or for its growing crops or for its horticulture or agriculture, that particular area will be known as the name of that river. That's why we call that particular area as a basin. And what is a tributary? I already explained in the last class also. One more time I am explaining that if any river flows from top to down, that means up to end, that means it reaches to the Bay of Bengal or any sea. If in that main river, any small rivers will join into that main river, those rivers will known as the tributaries of that main river. So do you all understood what is a basin and what is a tributary? Yes? Okay. Yes. We are discussing about again one more time the Sutlej basin. So which state comes under the Sutlej basin? Punjab and Haryana. So the Punjab basin has the main river, Sutlej river. That's why these two states are known as Sutlej basin. So what is a tributary of Sutlej? What is a tributary? Tributary means what? When a main river flows, if other rivers joins into the main river, that other rivers known are the main rivers of tributaries. So here I have drawn pictures. Imagine that this is a main river, this is a Sutlej river, and here we have left side Baspa, the tributary of the Sutlej river. Baspa is a tributary, that means this Baspa river will goes and joins into the Sutlej river, so it has become the tributary of the Sutlej river. And here we have right side, which rivers we have here? Spiti and Beas. These two rivers are known as the tributaries of the Sutlej river. Do you all understood, Nana? So what is a tributary? When a main river flows and small rivers will come and join into the main river, that small rivers will known as the tributaries of the main river. And if any river, because any river flows from which area to which area, from one area to another area, that particular area will be known as the name of that main river. That's why Punjab and Haryana, two states known as Sutlej basin areas. So Now we are discussing about the middle part of the northern plains. What is the west part of the northern plains? Punjab and Haryana. Now we are discussing about the middle part of the northern plains. So which states comes under the middle part of northern plains? Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal. Which states comes under the middle part of the northern plains? Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and West Bengal. And these three states known as which river basin? These three states are known as which river basin? Ganga river basin. Why? Because these three states are dependent on for its water resources on which river? Ganga river. So what are the tributaries of Ganga river? What I have told about the tributary means when a main river flows, if the small rivers will come and join into the main river, those small rivers will be known as tributaries of the main river. So what is the main river in the Ganga basin? Ganga itself. So what are the tributaries here we have for the Ganga river? Yamuna, Kosi, Gomti, Son. Yamuna, Kosi, Gomti, Son. These are known as tributaries of Ganga river. So do you all understood? Good. So now we are discussing about the east part of the northern plains. Which states comes under the east part of the northern plains? Arunachal Pradesh and Assam. These two states comes under the east part of the northern plains. So this east part of the northern plains known as which river basin? Which river comes through from Arunachal Pradesh to Assam? Brahmaputra river. So these two states, that means Arunachal Pradesh and Assam, known as Brahmaputra river basin. So why? Because these two states are dependent for its water source to on which river? On Brahmaputra river. That's why these two states comes under the Brahmaputra basin. In India we don't have any tributaries for the Brahmaputra basin for main tributaries. So I am not mentioning here any main tributaries. Why? Because Brahmaputra river doesn't start from our India. It comes from where? From Tibet to enters into the Arunachal Pradesh and it moves to from Assam to, and after that in Bangladesh it will join into the Ganga and afterwards it will goes into the Bay of Bengal. Okay, so up to now what we have discussed about the northern plains, which states comes under the northern plains, what is a tributary and what is a basin, why the areas are called as basin and what is the meaning of tributary. So in the beginning of the lesson what I have told, if any place is good to grow crop, there will be two reasons. One reason for having main good water source and another reason is, yes, if the soil is very fertile. So now we will know the reason why the soil is here fertile. Why? Because what I have told, the some rivers which flows from the up to down, it just won't flow. It just won't flow and it won't just carry only water. When the river flows from top to bottom, along with the water, it also carries some silt, sand and decay of dead animals and plants. It carries some sand, silt and dead animals and plants. These all will make the soil. When these all mixes into together, it will release some nutrients. So these sand, silt, clay all mixes together and it will release some nutrients which are helpful to grow the crops and plants. That's why these plains are having good crops and horticulture. That means this clay, sand, silt will help to grow the crops here. These three mixtures of these three will known as alluvium. Have you ever observed any rainwater? It will look fresh or dirty. Yes, all the rainwater will dirty. Why? Because when a water flows, it just won't flow with the water. Along with the water, there will be sand, silt, clay, decay of dead animals and plants also will carry forward by the water. Especially when it comes from the top to down. That's why when a river comes from the top to down, it will also here in the northern plains from the northern mountains, it carries sand, silt, clay and decay of dead animals. When all these things mixtures together, it will make alluvium. What are the things we call that? Alluvium. This alluvium is good for this alluvium makes the soil fertile. So the fertile soil is good to grow crops. That's why in the northern plains we have good crop. And apart from this, what we have here? Good water source. Sutlej, Ganga and Brahmaputra rivers are main here, and these three rivers produces water sources to all these areas. That's why northern plains are good to grow crops. Okay, now I'll ask you a question. Here in middle part, which basin we have here? Ganga basin. Can Ganga river produce the same benefit to Assam and Arunachal Pradesh or Punjab to Haryana? Did you all understood my question? Ganga river flows from Uttar Pradesh to Bihar to West Bengal and it will join to the Bay of Bengal. Can it will flow to back and can it be beneficial to Punjab and Haryana? Can it be beneficial to Punjab and Haryana? Is it possible? No, because Ganga rivers move forward. It won't come back to Punjab and Haryana. That's why it is not beneficial to the Punjab and Haryana. So we are in which lesson? Block 10, Northern Plains. What is our LP1? River Plains of India. So everyone don't forget to write the date. So what is the first question? Look at the river map of India. Use a pencil to draw lines and divide the northern rivers into 3 groups, west, central and east, on the basis of where they are flowing. Okay, so you know how to divide the plains in a west, central and east. So you just locate. Now, look at the map below. Locate and color the northern plains in the map. So what you supposed to do here? Write the names of the 3 river plains of India and the name of 2 states of each river plain. So here you have to locate the northern plains where they have given the arrow mark. Okay. After that, 3 river plains and you have to mention the states of the river plains. Which states comes under which river plain? You have to write. Now third question. How is the river Ganga useful to the people living in Uttar Pradesh? Will people living in Punjab or Assam enjoy the same benefits of river Ganga? One more time I am reading the question. How is the river Ganga useful to the people living in Uttar Pradesh? Will people living in Punjab or Assam enjoy the same benefits of river Ganga? See, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal can have the profits of Ganga river. Can Punjab and Haryana, Assam and Arunachal Pradesh states can have the beneficiaries of the Ganga river? Will Ganga river flow backwards and Ganga river will go on to flow Assam and Arunachal Pradesh? Will it flow to Assam and Arunachal Pradesh? Is it possible? No, no. So always any water source will flow from top to downwards. It won't go back, right? So write your answer. I hope you all understood the lesson. So what we have discussed in this lesson? The states, the plains, what is a basin, what is a tributary and which states comes under the which part of the river plains. I hope you all understood the lesson. After finishing each LP, what you are supposed to do? You have to read the lesson. Don't forget. Thank you.